Please note, views and opinions expressed in the course of this program do not represent that of WOTV. Therefore, this channel is not liable to any legal action that may result from this program.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí, ẹ sì káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ọmọ Oòduà tó ń dé sójú ìwòran yín o láti iléeṣẹ́ ìkànnì WOTV. Òdu ni wá àwa kì í ṣàìmọ̀ fún lóko. A tún ti dé o sórí ètò bá a ti ṣe máa ń dé. Tó ètò ọ̀hún ló wá balẹ̀ báyìí bí ọ̀wàrà òjò sójúde yín o. Àwa òmìnira bá ń wá pèrè fìdí àbẹ́ bá ń fìdí tí a pèrè mọ́lẹ̀. Kájọ kan lágbá mi ètò tòní nítorí pé ń dá amú afúra wa lórí ètò lónìí ó gbọgbọ́n. Kódà ó gbẹ̀ngbẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ń pè ní ó gbẹ̀ngbẹ́ nítorí pé kàyéfì ọ̀rọ̀ ni ọ̀rọ̀ kàbìtì la máa ń pè ní kàyéfì ọ̀rọ̀. Tó ẹ bá ń wá pèrè fìdí àbẹ́ bá ń fìdí tí a pèrè mọ́lẹ̀ ká kọ́ lágbá mi ètò tọ̀hún ká máa bá kíní ọ̀hún bọ̀ bá a ti ṣe máa ń ṣe tá a máa ń kìbọnú ara wọn lẹ́lẹ́yọ̀ ẹ̀yọ̀ bó bá ti wá yá yín bó bá ti yégun ni o ṣe mọ̀ pé o ti yọrẹ́ àwa tá a wà ń bí náà àbá tèrè wá bí torí pé bàbá débi iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe náà là á ṣe ó ti wá yá ẹja jọ karabodò torí pé àní karabodò tán ká tún ṣe máa wá parọ́ pò tútù mú wá o ó ti yá bó bá ti yá yín ẹja jọ lọ.
Where it said it in the Nigeria Constitution, because you said you studied that when you are in Belgium, where he said it in the Nigeria Constitution, the Child Rights Constitution, that said outsider have the right to ask for DNA. That's the first question. I want you to answer me accordingly, please, sir. I don't want you to be rude to me, and I don't want to rude to you. You tell me where it is in Nigerian Constitution under child rights, where it says whether grandfather, grandmother, or outsider, I'm particular about that, have the right to ask for DNA. Please answer that before I move on. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you said you have 3 questions. This is the first one. So let's, first thing I'm going to point you to is Google. You Google, does a grandparent in Nigeria have the right for a paternity test? If you Google that and you read all the options, now I cannot give you the law right here, right now. Somebody on this platform earlier on, about an hour ago, already brought the Child Protection Act, and we already answered that question. He brought his version, and I told him what I agree with and what he needs to research further. And I'm going to tell you the same thing. In the Child Protection Act, you can read it and you will find who has a right to ask for paternity. Now, I want to, for those who have been following TikTok, if you follow one of the programs that I was on in the courthouse where one of the bloggers, TikTokers, asked a lawyer, a female lawyer, and I believe she's the lady representing the Women Lawyers Association of Nigeria. She's one of the lawyers in court. That woman was asked, is DNA necessary in this case? That female lawyer emphatically said, yes, of course, DNA is necessary in this matter. Now, having laid that foundation, legally speaking, having laid the foundation that you can Google who has the right, you'll find out that the grandparents in the case, and I'm repeating, in the case of a deceased person, the grandparents have the right to ask for paternity. Now, somebody said that African TV doesn't have a right. I know you didn't say that, but I want to use this opportunity to answer that person. You are correct. African TV does not have a right to ask for paternity. The same thing applies to you. You don't have a right to ask for paternity. You don't have a right to defend paternity. None of us. The only people that have the right are the grandparents, the court. The case is in court. The court has a right. The court can compel a DNA if they feel there is a need, meaning the police officer investigating the matter, if he thinks this would help to offload the workload that he has, the police officer can bring a motion to the court and say, we need to do a DNA because there is a pattern of something we want to eliminate. And that's why I keep talking about motive. So I hope the DNA issue is clear. And by extension, African TV does not have a right, but when the grandfather has a right, and the grandfather now says, African TV, help me do DNA in abroad, where we can get transparency to make sure that there is no ojoro, which we're all afraid of in Nigeria. So the grandfather gave African TV the right. That's the legal ground that gives African TV the audacity to demand a DNA. And
Mr. Larry, I think I'm okay. I'm okay with that answer, please, sir. I'm okay. I don't, because I'm not brought up where they talk too much. Oh,
thank you.
Thank you for that answer.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm very sorry. But can I quickly drop this, sir? I would like to say that with what you said, I would say that at the end of the day, you are not a solicitor and you are not the judge. So nobody, you or Baba Mohbad, cannot say that she should do a DNA. You would have gone through the court and she would have gotten a court order to do the test. Also, do not forget, it's a person's child is who you call your child to be. If I call my dog my child, then it's my child. So if for a child can be biological, can be adopted, can be however, as long as the father of the child do not deny the paternity of that child while he was alive, nobody has the right. The only reason why the grandparents can ask for the DNA of the child is if she brings the child and she needs acceptance of that child, especially if it is outside wedlock. If it's outside wedlock, or she wants something, maybe an entitlement from the family of Mohbad, and they say, oh, before you can get this, you need to do a DNA. Or if we have about 3 fathers saying that they are the father of the child, and the court will now say, if 3 people are saying they are the father of the child, then one of them has to be the father, then go and do a DNA. So I still feel that we cannot teach the law what to do. So at this point of the police, if we are saying, the investigator, has not said anything about DNA, we do not have the right. Also, I'm so sorry. Also, this has caused a lot of things. Why are we asking for justice and killing the legacy and the family of Mohbad? So if we are throwing all these narratives and killing this girl, if she commits suicide tomorrow, what justice are we now looking at for? So justice.
I understand. Sorry to rudely interrupt you. I understand the burning questions and response, but I would like for Zanzi to finish because I don't have time. I want to engage Mr. Larry, so I just want us to be quick, just so we can get around before.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My second question is this. I want to put myself as Wumi. And my father-in-law said, I hate her. Even the country that I am now, if somebody, you just point middle finger to my daughter, and I stood and I make sure that that child left that school for my daughter. That's just a middle finger. But saying I hate her, do you know the meaning of that? Now, I'm Wumi, sir. Mr. Larry, I'm Wumi. My father-in-law said I hate her. And my father-in-law solicitor, let me call you a solicitor because I think that is what you said. You feel for him. You see people, the way people are bullying him. That is why you came all the way from Belgium to come and fight for him. Good. You are a good person. You are a good man. Now, MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. You prepared that. I want to ask a question. Why can't you wait till I don't know, maybe I don't have the knowledge. Let me put it that way, because you're older than me. Maybe I don't have the knowledge of what Memorandum of understanding means. Why can't you wait till Wumi is ready? If you know you are fighting for the whole family, according to you, that you are fighting for the whole family, why can't you wait till Wumi or Mohbad mom is ready to sign the memorandum of understanding? Why? That's the second question, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. First, your question about hate. The language I hate you is a very damning and bad language that should never be used for anybody. So I don't support that language. However, if you look at the person who is saying it, there is a history that he doesn't like between both of them, or between the three of them, meaning the daughter, the son. So the old man, but if I want to give him an excuse, and I repeat, if I want to give him an excuse, I would say he's trying to speak English in a so-called elite environment and was not able to understand that using that word, even you're not supposed to use that word on social media, but he's done it. And I think I've heard him in one place where he said, he didn't mean it like that, but, and again, you're talking with your foreign ideology, foreign mentality, so you're more polished. You, like you said, pointing a finger alone, you pull your baby out of school because you are educated to that level. But he is not to that level of knowing that language is not supposed to be used. So on his behalf, I apologize that he used such a language. I don't support that language. And that's that. So now, waiting. Why couldn't we wait for the MOU? There is no waiting, and there is no stopping, and there is no rush. A man is being stoned, hypothetically speaking, is being blamed for bending the neck of the boy when he was not even at the burial ground. A man is being blamed for burying the boy when police refused to accept the corpse. According to their story, death certificate was not issued, and the body needs to be buried. The body was already swollen or swelling. What do you expect him to do? To eat the dead body, or to wait till the body bursts? So people were blaming this man. And let me tell you, the whole package going into Baba Mohbad was public relations. It was to manage the image of a grieving old man that raised a son, and the man
please, I don't want us to be, I'm so sorry. Grieving old man, you just said something at the earlier. You said there is difference between grieving and greedy. So why are you using the grieving to defend him now? Please. There is nothing like he's been swallowing.
Good question. No, host.
Yeah.
Cool down your pepper.
Okay. Please don't try to defend that. Don't try to defend that much. You understand? Because sometimes if you are saying that, it's as if Omo kekere ni wa. But we are not less than 40. I'm not less than. Sure, you understand me? So you say that a grieving man, the body is swollen. You are not there. Stop doing all this. This is why people are attacking you, and the man is under a canopy. I have defended you now before you come. Now you are here now defending the man. The man is under a canopy. You are receiving bullets for it.
You're missing very important information. That's why you're
Mr. Larry.
Yes, thank you.
Please,
let me clarify
verbatim. Sorry, without too much verbatim, please. Kindly illustrate your answer with few words. Thank you.
Okay. Host, when we met that man, we were meeting a grieving man. The impression, what we knew at that time, was a grieving man. That's what you need to understand in the context of what I'm saying. So the lady asked the question, why the hurry for MOU? and I'm trying to give the background of how the MOU came. So at that point, we were meeting a grieving man that was not supposed to be talking in public. His words were not supposed to be twisted. The whole idea was, God forbid, if something like that happened to me, I don't need people castigating me. I need people who come and say, oh, pele, sorry. That was the need for the MOU at that time. At that time, it was to do public relations damage control for Baba Mohbad. That was why we came up with it at that time. Again, there is no bad time to do a good thing. If you think something is good, do it right then and then. No point procrastinating, delaying. The intention of the MOU is all good. It's for the country, it's for Africans, it's for the family. Nothing in that MOU is bad for anybody. So there is nothing wrong with doing a good thing right now, right here. So I hope I've
what I'm saying, why can't you allow me? I put myself as Wumi now. Why can't you allow me to come and sign too? Why did you allow only Baba Mohbad to sign it? That's the question.
He has answered that.
It's okay. Sometimes we have to repeat ourselves because new people come. Now, again, nothing. If Wumi returns my phone call today and say, Baba, I need you to join us in this movement, we will be glad. We called Wumi. We reached out to even Mama Mohbad. We're
Baba,
not biased.
African TV, please forget about you call Wumi. You said that before, and I told you that Wumi will not answer you just because, even for, and I don't know her reason, but for the mere fact that you said that our son look like Sam Larry, she might decide not to answer you, and you have apologized about that. Let's move to another thing, and please don't be too one-sided, like you trying to defend the whole thing like Baba. I understand. This is a foundation te fẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀. Is it only one people? Is your foundation Man City Chelsea versus kini kan? Is it only one side you want people to? You don't want people. You don't want the general public. You don't want everybody to be involved. So if you are too one-sided, if you are like too biased, I don't know. You don't have to be taking two sides. A grieving man, a kini Baba is not grieving.
You said you're coming down today. Calm down. Did I tell you that Wumi is not going to be in it? Did I tell you that Mama Mohbad will not be in it?
Okay.
Mama Mohbad
Mercy. I think we are taking too much of everyone's time. Other people.
No, I'm not asking the top question again. I just want to thank you, Mr. Larry. I think it's time for you to go back to Belgium. We and Nigeria, let's take care of justice for Mohbad.
Okay. Thank you, Zanzi. Thank you. You've asked valid questions. Mine is more of engagement than questions, and I might chip in some questions in between. And I will not take too much of your time, Mr. Larry Amodia. Thank you very much for joining this platform. Now, I want to say a few things. And where you need to chip in, please do. I will respectfully mute while I have you speak. First of all, the whole issue surrounding DNA or no DNA, I will not ask questions because it is so glaring and the world can see, or the general public that are interested can see. But I want to put it to you that, did you realize out of your actions and inaction surrounding this old DNA matter, you subjected both Wumi and Liam to public scrutiny, degradation, and abuse in the public eye? Did you realize that, sir?
I beg to differ. I don't know about degradation and abuse in this matter. You will. You know why you will. You would have to
understand that the motive behind you requesting for that DNA, one, you put a bounty of 10 million naira. And when you were asked about the funding of that 10 million naira, if Wunmi were to come forth, sorry, sir, let me speak. If Wunmi were to come forth, right, and do the DNA, there was a motive behind you offering that 10 million naira in the first place, right? Now, you subjected that little boy without thinking about the child's future, without thinking about what the future holds for that child. Forget about Wunmi. Wunmi is an adult. She can handle herself. Okay? You created this hole to make that boy's future. Ask me why. The reason behind that, you and only you know why you posted that. This whole issue of DNA changed the actual course of justice. Do you mean to tell me that in your quest for justice, if truly you were having Mr. Aloba's interest and the entire family's interest and not further divide that family, did you at any point not think that this would cause an uproar? Please, can you answer that?
Now you've spoken, I pray you will be patient to hear the response.
Oh, I'm very patient. I don't like to be rudely interrupted, so I will not interrupt you.
Very good. Now, first thing I want to tell you, we initiated a phone call between Baba Mohbad and Mama Mohbad. And at one point, Mama Mohbad was not speaking to Baba Mohbad. But when we got involved, she placed a phone call due to the call she received from us. We initiated a mediation to bring the entire family together. So when you say we're dividing the family, you're wrong. You don't know what we have done in the background. You don't know what has been going on in the background. But let's talk about what you know in the public domain. In the public domain, there was already issue of DNA. We came into the picture when Wunmi's sister threatened to censor freedom of expression. As a journalist,
sir, you make the Wunmi issue openly. Whatever that you are doing after supposed to be open as well.
Akorodele, you're interrupting. You've had your time, and if we have peace, you'll get another time. If you interrupt, I will drop. I didn't come here to argue with anybody. You talk respectfully, you get respectful answers. So please do not interrupt again. So back to what I was saying. The issue of DNA was already in the public domain, and the freedom of expression was being censored. We didn't initiate the issue of DNA. So you can't say that we are traumatizing or degrading. Look, I've said this an hour ago or so. I don't like what they're doing to the little boy. If I have my way, none of you will see the picture of what that boy looks like. That will be my way.
Please, you say you don't like what they are doing to the little boy. But you are the forefront of one of the people that are bullying the little boy.
I'm not listening to people who want to interrupt.
And you say you are not supporting.
Have a good night. Have a good day. Everybody have a good night.
This is my time with Mr. Larry, and I have quite a couple of questions.
Ẹ má bínú. Wọ́n ti bínú bọ́lẹ̀. Ta ló bínú bọ́lẹ̀?
Tó bá ti ráùdì ó máa sá lọ ni.
No, question tí Oṣà gbé kalẹ̀ yẹn. God. Mo ní pé bàbá yẹn tún jókòó.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, interrupt. I get Mercy's motive, and that is why I'm very, very calm and composed. Interrupt, we will not get the right answers to the questions we want to ask him. Sometimes Mr. Larry can be rude, but he's been very polite all the way, and I believe
we have to be polite too. This is what I'm saying. He has been polite. I want to know polite.
Osha, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, Osha. But this man doesn't have any right answer
to ask him questions
to all your questions. He doesn't have. He doesn't have it.
Mr. Korede Ejo, I believe I didn't get a chance to ask him these questions, and I believe that a lot of people are missing the key points here. And when we keep interrupting and talking over each other, she understand. Honestly, this stemming from this guy, he has done a lot of damage. And I mean serious damage, because the reason why we're here and not focused on justice for Mohbad is simply because of his involvement in this whole thing. Forget about very dark man. Dark man said his own thing, but if there are no people like Mr. Larry that has even made the situation worse, then we will not be here. All of us will be looking for justice. Nobody is asking him about the Section 3 of the Memorandum of Understanding that he did.
That is where we were going.
She understand. I have a lot of questions, but when we keep interrupting each other, we will not get that. It's not by
fighting. Okay, when we are fighting every day,
but Mercy, you know me, I'm calm.
What I would do, Boyama go live, Mr. Larry, if you're in the comment section, if you can hear me, I would really love to have a one-to-one conversation with you, just you and I.
And maybe I will not even bring anybody up. And to have a question, I bring up, then I bring every other person down. Anybody
makes sense. Yes.
But Mercy, Mr. Larry did not answer my question the way I expected him.
But it can be clear to people that he doesn't answer. We don't have to be rude to him, because so far so good.
Was I rude to him?
To anybody.
No, Vitamin B, you were not rude. You were not rude.
She was not rude. She was being firm.
Yeah, but there's one thing I want us to understand. There's one thing we have to understand.
And I think Osha took it from where I stopped, because Okon Lobel at your dummy. But Zanzi no bomi.
Imagine Mr. Larry Tisabole, because if he told Shatimbo, he sees that no. He took his time before Osha like say answer now. He said you have to give me time to respond to your destiny. This is what I want, not that
he was like pressed before he can talk. He was he knows how to twist answers.
He knows, which is why we should have given him enough time. That man, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. The fact is that this whole public outcry. Mr. Trinity was okay.
He's too smart.
Mr. Trinity should have been last man standing.
That man is over smart.
I see.
Larry is so smart.
You cannot win it.
Mr. Trinity,
so Osha came out the right way. Just put it in his face right away.
Osha, mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan. Cherry, ẹ má jẹ́ ká sọ pé we are not here to win anybody. Ibi tèmi ń lọ nìyẹn. Cherry, ìkan tèmi believe fún pé Mercy, because mo ń try láti align pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí.
Àdúró kó bá a sọ̀rọ̀, then effort wà fún.
Ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà sọ̀rọ̀ náà, àbí.
No, I understand.
It's not about winning. It's not about winning.
There is no. This is not.
Osha, máa drop ẹgbẹ́ African TV padà wá. Ẹgbẹ́ African TV padà wá. Màá lọ dúró sí comment section. Màá dúró sí comment section. Mi ò kàn láì pé kó máa wá ṣu.
Sherry, Mr. Trinity,
Kako, ọkọ máa parọ́. Olóò láìkì ọmọ yẹn. Ó láìkì ọmọ yẹn pé ìwọ náà láìkì nǹkan tó ń ṣe sí. Ìwọ gan ló dẹ̀ lead àwọn tó ń búlì ọmọ yẹn.
But ti ní sùúrù
lè fi bó ṣe ń dùn wá lọ́kàn Sherry when you want the truth.
Okay, ẹ jẹ́ kí màá lọ comment section má bínú because mi ò lè stand the man yẹn. Màá lọ comment section.
Space wa ẹ má lọ. But
ẹ má bá mi engage in singing because what I'm trying to say is that kẹ́yìn tó dé Mercy ti fún gbogbo wa ní memo, right? Now gbogbo wa tá wà ń bí kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní inú tó ń bí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tí ò understand. But you see, in this type of situation, when you ask valid questions, ẹ wo bí dáwà ṣe ń béèrè questions lánàá, some he could not answer, he became agitated. She understand. When you ask valid questions, you put him in a corner where he must answer. But we will not get that answers. She understand. I was going to nail everything. Everything. And I want him to explain to us his involvement and why he thinks, because stemming from very dark man up to DNA issue, now escalated everything, subjecting both Wunmi and Liam to public scrutiny, subjecting them to pain. You know, you will be infuriated, CCB, but the truth of the matter is that you, as a person, you have control over your emotions. So when you are asking questions, am I not angry at his actions? Of course I am. We all are.
I know Osha is. Immediately I set my eyes on Osha. I say, okay, Osha, you see, I keep calling Osha.
I can get my point across, but when we are all interrupting each other, only bank on it. It's a firing squad. When you get your questions across, we need to learn to understand the memo, the tempo, that everybody shame ballo. All of us cannot be angry. All of us cannot be calm. She understand.
He has been fair. He has been fair. He has even apologized.
He's been very concerned.
Ẹjọ́ ṣé mo lè sọ one or two things.
Akorede tí wọ́n máa interrupt ni mo ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹni interrupt, I've been here over 1 hour tí mi ò sọ kankan. Àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ẹ jẹ́ sọ kankan fún yín ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ lọ. We've had ẹ̀tẹ̀tẹ̀ rí pé Osha ẹjọ́ ní ọ̀dọ̀ tèmi ní ọ̀dọ̀ yín gbà mí. Mo máa wà ní comment section tó yẹ pé kò ṣe dandan kí n wà ní panel àbí kí n wà lókè. It's not my fault. But ẹ máa gbọ́ mi. Mercy ẹ̀yin lẹ sọ pé èèyàn interrupt èèyàn sí.
Mercy Larry is around.
Àwọn bàbá gòkè. Ẹ̀yin gò bàbá ní ẹ̀sùn máa gbogbo ẹnu bá gbàlagbà sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ lè yẹ ká sọ, mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan tí ó wà ní mind mi. Mo fẹ́ correct àwọn èèyàn náà ni.
Relax. You just have to relax.
Ẹjọ́ tí n bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má interrupt. Good conversation.
Mercy is around. Is around.
I'm going to mute throughout. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. African TV, I'm sorry. I won't say anything.
Mo fẹ́ sọ àwọn reason fún yín, but ẹ fẹ́ listen. Ṣé rí èpè táwọn èèyàn máa ń ṣe? Èpè láti máa ṣe èpè. Let me tell you, me I'm a Muslim and I believe in my doctrine. So anybody can go and ask, and I believe that both Muslim and Christian they are almost the same. So yín sìn, ṣe rí èpè èèyàn mẹ́ta ló ní èpè. Ẹni tó ṣe lójú ẹ̀, àtẹ̀ntó ṣe fún. So yín sìn, people should be careful. The way they swear every day, I'm tired of this. Honestly, tí kì bá ṣe pé bóyá spirit bọ̀bọ̀ yìí téèyàn support ni, màá ti delete app kí ló ti pè.
So because èpè Mr. Larry cannot stop that.
No. Let me tell you, me I'm not èmi ò bá yàn kan wí. Ẹ ṣe ń gbọ́ mi, èmi náà ti ṣe ẹ máa gbọ́ mo ti ṣe mistake yẹn in the past and mo ti bẹ lọ́rùn wípé mi ò ní ever ṣerú ẹ̀ mọ́.
Akolede, valid point they make you see. Very good point. Kaye ma chepe mo. Very good point. But you are making the point at the wrong time. But on here, African TV, see. Any kanisuru. But
Mercy, please bring him up. If he's here, bring him up.
He's not here. I've not seen him. Me,
ṣé mi ò rí comment section látẹ̀kan ni? Àwọn èèyàn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ní comment section tó ń ṣe ìpè burúkú.
Tó bá ti ṣe pé inbox mi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ní inbox mi. Inbox mi mo lè má wò. Èmi kò lè tó yẹn. Mo pé mi wà after viewers.
My own this morning. I'm starting work soon.
Ẹ má ṣe pé ẹni ká béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yàn ẹ ń ṣépè fún ẹnìyẹn ṣé tẹ bá ṣépè fún ẹnìyẹn báwo lẹni yẹn ṣe fẹ́ dá yín lò.
Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká wò náà
Mr. Larry, please come up.
Ẹgbẹ́ bàbá èèyàn kan làwọn náà náà ẹ máa ṣépè wọ́n lè pè gan. Ẹ má kí pè pọ̀ jù. I told one of my moderators today to check somebody kó má gbẹni yẹn wá sókè mọ́. Mo tó lè lọ bọ́sítà mo ní don't bring this person up to my place again anytime tó bá ti rí ẹni yìí.
Kò sẹ́ni tó ń ṣe pé comment section náà wà yìí kò sẹ́ni tó ń ṣe pé.
No, because I was on another person's platform the person just call me kí ló dé now I calm down pẹ̀lú èpè now.
Mo sọ this moment and the past and the future ṣóyè yín àná àwọn èèyàn ṣépè throughout ní gbogbo orí platform tí mo lọ ni èmi sọ̀rọ̀ generally ni ṣó ti yẹ yín.
Bá tí màmá sọ pé fẹ́ sọ ń sin ẹ mọ̀ pé kò ní connection pẹ̀lú ẹni yìí.
Kò síbi tí mo bí mo yẹ máa sọ káàkiri ń sìn nìyẹn kò ń ṣe pé bóyá ibi báyìí nìkan.
Akóredé ti yarí o.
Ẹni àjẹkẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ at the end of the day ọ̀rọ̀ ìpìlẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ bóun ló ṣe jọ máa fọ African TV Akóredé ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀fí mílẹ̀ jàre.
Wọ́n ní bàbá tí wà.
Mi ìrẹ́ African TV báyìí o ẹ ti jẹ́ kí African TV ẹ jẹ́ kí n rí African TV báyìí.
Mr. Omodia, you need to engage me. I need to talk. Every time tèmi bá ti fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ni Mr. Larry máa ń sá lọ. Kò dé dá.
Mo dẹ̀ lọ mute àwọn èèyàn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wá bá mi ní inbox. Unmute us. You are taking our freedom away from us. Now I unmute you people. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́. Ẹ ká jọ sọ̀rọ̀. Ìjà ò solve láti join. Somebody send one question to my inbox and that question is making sense. It makes sense gan. Okay, let them finish. I will ask that question. Okay, now tí o bá wá lè down. Àwọn kan sọ pé kò lè dá wa lọ. People watching us, people on FYP, they gonna see. Wọ́n máa rí pé we at some point so if you don't defend this. Now ó ti lọ.
Every time tí bá ti fẹ́ béèrè valid questions.
Ẹ má ṣe pé mo ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ képe yín dínkù. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ ló ń bá mi náà. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ ló ń bá mi but ẹ má képe ẹ má ṣe pé mọ́. Ẹ képe yín dínkù ẹ fi pé lẹ̀.
Mr.
Larry,
Mr. Larry, where are you? Your baby wants to talk.
Mr. Larry ti lọ wà lórí FYP bó ṣe wà wọ́n wò wá o. Mr. Larry ẹ bọ́lẹ̀ o. If you did not come down, I will be so disappointed in you. You understand? Come down. Torí mo mọ̀ pé wà lókè.
Come back. I need you. Mr. Larry.
Boss my bubble like mo ti dákẹ́ pé you see now Mr. Larry ti dé bíbá you see check the last time check in pa comment section check in pa comment section
African television
no Mr. Larry is here check in pa comment section.
Ṣé rí nǹkan tá à ń try láti ṣe ipe kí àwọn justice for Mohbad kó lè work. Because I will need to say this. People like Mr. Larry, àwọn gangan non disrupt justice.
Mr.
Mo ti respect yín tó ẹjọ́ ẹ lọ jókòó.
Mute, everybody mute.
Take in pa comment section. Akóredé mo ti pet yín ẹ gbọ́. Kí ló dé? Na tẹ́ lágídí báyìí kí ni ká ṣe sí.
Thank you very much.
Take in pa comment section. Bí kí fi comment section lẹ̀.
Oya Mercy, ẹjọ́. Thank you for coming back. Thank you very much. You've not responded to my last question or comment that I made. Should I quickly recap for you?
Please mute yourself. God favor.
Thank you. Mr. Larry, welcome back.
Thank you.
So, I'll quickly recap. What I said was, did you realize that your action and inaction subjected both Wunmi and Liam to public scrutiny, degradation, abuse, and bullying.
Let me tell you that public scrutiny, you're wrong because they are already public figures. So when you say public scrutiny, that would be relevant if there were nobody and anything that African television did brought them to public domain. They're already public figures. Now, degradation, you would have to prove degradation because a public figure has made their life public and the public can have opinion about that person as long as you don't insult the person. Like again, when you talk about it, let's look at it. Let's take me for example. In your mind, I'm a scammer. To Akorode, I'm a scammer. To Tim Lagata, I'm 419. Now, does that take anything from me? I know who I am. So I've never called Wunmi or the baby a scam or 419. So trying to draw that inference that they're being degraded is a very, very far-fetched, comment.
No, it is not far-fetched, sir.
Huh?
It is not far-fetched. It is a very, very valid point in that. Let me explain so that we would have understanding.
I'm answering you. When I finish, I will say next question. You asked the question. You called me your baby.
I'm conversing with you. I'm not asking questions. I'm conversing with you.
You did not call Akorede your baby. That's why I came back up. So let your baby talk. You sang for me. You sang for me. Me back. So listen to my answer, jejely. Now, you cannot degrade somebody when you have not put the person in a demeaning position. I don't have authority over Wunmi. I don't have authority over the baby. So there's no way. Let's put away the fact. Again, I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. By virtue of the grandfather asking for DNA, and the grandfather giving us permission, we're not barristers. Somebody said barrister. What we did is a corporate social responsibility and more like a PR manager to public relations. So when the grandfather gave permission to represent him in conducting DNA, you cannot fault us for doing that. Again, okay. I've answered that the grandfather has the right. So asking for DNA has nothing to do with degrading. There is a public interest in this matter.
Okay, I agree. Mr. Larry, I agree. Sorry to interrupt you there. I agree with you. When you say there is a public interest, yeah? But like I maintain my point that your action and inaction caused this nuclear family degradation, humiliation, harassment, because you posted out a bounty, 10 million naira, in that if Wunmi comes forth to conduct the DNA or carry out the DNA on the baby to determine the paternity of the child, you will be giving her 10 million naira. What was the motive behind that? What was your interest? What was your gain? Because I'm not going to wake up in the morning. Sorry, sir. I am not going to wake up in the morning and want to decide to waste my 10 million naira. Considering the economy and how things are, I don't have that much money at my disposal to just wake up one day that I want to just dispose this money. So you must have a motive that made you come out capitalizing on the general public interest. If there was no motive, you won't do it. Okay?
Let me ask.
So there is a motive behind you saying you want to release 10 million naira.
Let me tell you the motive. The motive is to support Baba Mohbad to know the paternity of his grandchild. The second motive is to create awareness for the general public regarding paternity issues that have been going on in Nigeria. Now,
what is going to be your own benefit?
Hold on. Listen, Osha, listen. Nobody is wasting 10 million. Go and watch the video properly. And you said you're a linguistic or you're a linguist.
No, I'm not a linguistic. I'm not far from it.
Yeah, somebody on this platform said they are linguists. So, but maybe it's not you. But let's try this. Go and watch the video of the 10 million naira. And one very smart person this morning on this platform played that video. That person played the video, and that person mentioned a very key word that I don't even need to repeat, because if I say it, some people will take it in a different way. But I was so pleased when I heard this person play the video, and he said one or two words that I said, at least somebody is paying attention and listening. So nobody is wasting 10 million naira. And the 10 million naira would be raised to support the motive. Another motive, I think I've identified 2 or 3 now. Another motive is to support the child. This boy.
How are you going? How do you intend on paying? You said the money will be raised, so there was no 10 million. There was no solid 10 million naira, but you came up as though you have that money ready to pay Wumi upon conducting that test. But you, in your words now, the money will be raised.
When you ask a question, don't lose the value of your question with too much comment. You're asking valid question. Let the person respond. Because when you talk, you now begin to answer what I'm supposed to answer. You said I came up as though, do you know how much is in my bank? Do you know how many people that I've given cars? Do you know how many people have said, because you're my friend, here is a car. Because you're my worker, here is a car. Do you want to spend my money for me? You don't start judging people that you don't know. I am a man, and I can tell you boldly on this platform, not less than 4 people. Not less than 4 people in my life.
Mr. Larry, we're not interested about what you want or would give. But the first, we can go back and forth. Sorry, sir. I don't want to take too much of your time and any other person's time. But sorry, let me speak, sir. Please. Enjoy conversation with Dada. Mo ma ṣe kọrin fún yín, ẹ má worry tó bá jẹ́ yẹn ni. Gba training lọ́wọ́ Mohbad. Ẹ sọ pé ẹ sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ raise owó. Ẹ sọ pé ẹ máa fún ní owó.
Osha, you sound very intelligent. I've said it to you. Go and play the video. Don't be one of those people who just jump.
No. I'm a blogger. I have posted. I've seen that video several times.
Osha, can I play the video for you?
Let Mercy buttress it by playing the video. Thank you.
Okay, listen to it. You get where it's going to get the 10 million from.
Billion naira. 10 million naira. 10 million naira to Mohbad's wife. If DNA proves that child belongs to Mohbad, African television will pay for the DNA test. African television will raise 10 million naira for Mohbad's wife to raise that child if the DNA proves that child is actually Mohbad's child. This is to counter those people who say if you talk about DNA, they will.
Okay, Osha, the point I want to prove there is that he said African TV will raise. So, can you see that he's not saying that the money is going to be coming from his pocket?
Okay, thank you. That's clear now. Okay, thank you. Next one. Mr. Larry.
Madam, you owe me another song. That's the only apology I will accept from you. Sing for me.
Efela Pio Pio. Efela Pio Pio. Mr. Larry Efela Pio Pio. Okay,
sing
that's
for me. You misjudge me. Now sing for me.
Okay. You said race.
You sing the other time now. Sing the good one. Create this one yourself.
Timothy, conclude. My conclusion. Then I will conclude.
Kínú mi tó dùn kí n tó continue. Ó mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ ti mọ́. Mo ti fẹ́ jáde. Àti 5:30 ni mo ti kọjá lórí street yìí tí wọ́n ti fà mí wọlé. Sing for me.
Mr. Larry, ohùn mi ṣì ń kò tí ì clear dáadáa. Tó bá ti clear máa tún kọ àwọn.
Tó bá ti gbà pé o fẹ́ sing, ó máa clear. Everybody ló fẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ̀.
Máa kọrin. Ẹ má worry. Next one. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká waste time because àwọn èèyàn ṣì.
Ìwọ ló misjudge me. You are
apologetic. Mi ò misjudge yín. But the fact remains that any sùúrù. The fact remains that, and I am going to point it out to you, right? That you came into the Aloba's family, did what you're not supposed to do. And I will tell you why you're not supposed to do that. You saw an avenue, you penetrated into them, especially this man. I will point your wrongs out to you. If I am wrong, please explain to me.
Okay, hold on. If you're wrong, you will sing 2 times. Bukky Jesse ló máa ra bàtà fún mi ìgbà tó ní bàtà tanṣẹ́rẹ́ ni mo wọ̀ lọ court. Maybe you will buy this.
Ìṣòro ìjọba yín nìyẹn.
Your own will be to buy a suit. Oh yeah, go ahead. You will sing.
Ìjọba yín nìyẹn.
Oh yeah,
now,
go ahead.
You, Mr. Larry, you went at a grieving moment. What was the motive in that MOU? Was it necessary at the time you made, or let me not use the word made, was it what was needed as at the time that you brought out the memorandum of understanding? What was the reason behind that in the first place? Why, knowing fully well, if, like you claimed, that Mr. Aloba was grieving, right? A grieving father, should that be the next line of action, especially when that boy is yet to be buried? Only there is time and place for everything in life. But was it necessary at that time that you took that memo to the man to sign? The financial gain, what was your own gain?
Let me, Osha. Or maybe
and Teba my answer me again to include on section 3 of that MOU. So that any answer on section 3 of that MOU.
Let me finish this one, then you ask the next one. Now, Osha, there is no bad time to do a good thing. The MOU, the generality, the intent of the MOU is a good thing. Now, I will ask you a question. If you see a burning if you see a burning house, will you wait for the house to finish to burn down before you call fire brigade or pour water, or you will pour water while it is burning? Baba Mohbad at that time was grieving, was being attacked, was being abused. People almost even said he killed his son. So are we supposed to wait for the narrative to continue in the wrong direction, to find out that Baba did not know what happened to his son before we join? The MOU is to help the family, to help Nigerians. There is no bad time to do a good thing. You do a good thing when you recognize it. We went there to support the man, to help protect the integrity of this man. So that was not a bad time. So that's the answer to that.
Okay. Now, so when you say that wasn't a bad time, okay, in that same MOU, you in that section 3, you had it clearly stated there to manage and monitor the royalties of Mohbad. Now, as
can you read if you have it, please, I want you to read it exactly word for word.
I don't have it to hand, but I can quickly.
If you don't have it, we're not going to talk about it, because you have to read it so that people will not take a wrong statement.
I'm going to let me get a second phone. I'll definitely read it, but I'll move on to something else. I'll quickly get the second phone. I'll move on to something else. Now, Mr. Larry, I want to also say this, right? Ǹjẹ́ ẹ̀yin mọ̀ pé ṣé realize pé gbogbo àwọn nǹkan involvement yín in all of this matter òun ló jẹ́ kí a má rí ojútùú justice for Mohbad?
Osha, may God forgive you for accusing me wrongly.
No,
hold on. You just said the very bad. Let me tell you something. Let's be very clear. Don't
tell one you.
No, please listen to me carefully. And this goes for everybody that is thinking the same way. Understand that the investigating police officer is not African TV. The investigating police officer is not OSHA. So when you start this name calling and to justice for Mohbad, that is very, very wrong. That is wrong, and that is criminal. Is a criminal fact that can be taken up in the wrong context.
Okay, Mr. Larry, have you seen all the interviews that you conducted?
Because this is a very serious allegation.
Have you seen all the interviews you conducted? Have you taken your time to listen to the things that came out of you?
I'm responding to you.
No. Mr. Larry, ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú àlàyé ni. Tí ó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ ṣàlàyé fún mi ní sá. With all due respect, ẹ ṣàlàyé fún mi. So that a lè yé mi náà.
Mo fẹ́ kó yé ẹ, so pay attention here.
Okay.
Pay attention without interruption. Timba mi ò threaten o, mi ò threaten. Like I said earlier on, I've been on this since 5 o'clock or 5:30. So I have things to do. I'm just trying to be civil. But if you interrupt, I will go and do my other things that I'm supposed to be doing. Now, you don't go anywhere accusing anybody that they are the reason justice has not been found. That is very bad and dangerous. That's not one thing you need to learn. Second thing you need to learn is you are not the investigating police officer. So you cannot conclude the matter. I am not the investigating police officer. Neither are we the team leader or the commissioner of police or the inspector general of police. So don't speak words that are misleading, that can make people begin to see somebody in a bad way, when in fact, what you're saying is wrong. So don't say anybody is the reason why justice is not found if you don't know that justice is not found or justice has been found. Everybody is still working on the case, trying to make sure we get to the bottom of the case. So please, I want to plead with you, stop that mindset. Now, I'll take your next question.
Okay. Now, if I say that your contribution to this matter is the reason why we're here, I did not mention that your contribution is not the reason why justice is not found. So please do not misquote me. I would appreciate you don't do that, because I am a very learned person. I am a very learned person. I understand in cap words and how to put my words out. All I said, sorry, let me just clarify that. You had your time to clarify, so please let me do so for those that are screen recording as well, just so we would have the words out there. I am saying that your contribution to this matter is the reason why we are here. I did not say you've obstructed justice. So I am minding my words. So please do not put the words I did not say. Do not put them in my mouth. Thank you.
Okay. We understand each other. What's your next question?
Now, so on the section 3 of your memorandum of understanding, you conducted an interview, or someone conducted an interview for you. And when you were asked about managing Mohbad's royalties, you outrightly denied in that interview on Mr. Oriyomi Hamzat that none of such was included in the memo. And this is section 3. On there, you said to monitor, coordinate the musical royalties of the deceased, and a part of it was cropped, and partnership of David Fadile Esquire barristers. Outrightly, only number 3. This is it. To monitor, coordinate. So I'm putting it out to you, sir.
Hold on, slow down. You said part of it was cropped. I want to identify what was cropped first before we move on. What was cropped?
No. Some of the words were cropped out, so it's not in full.
I'm sorry, if you cannot read the entire words, then you can't rely on that document. I'm actually trying to see.
But you have it. You have it. Then please show it to us. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. As I'm talking to you, I'm trying to see if there's a copy near me.
But the key word on what I can physically see here is to monitor and coordinate the musical royalties of the deceased.
My dear, if you don't have the entire sentence.
No. That's the key word. So if you have the full one, please show it to us.
Keywords out of
only now. This is it, number 3.
Sorry, hold on.
Monitor. So every show one.
I know number 3. Ó yẹ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé àwọn tán ti ń gbé African TV sórí, ó yẹ kí ẹnìkan ní group yẹn kó sáré dig up a clean copy. You don't take half information. You don't take half information and use it for the basis of your understanding. You have to have the entire content. I don't have a copy. I think it's in my office. It's sad. I don't have a copy here. Wow. That's sad. Okay, I don't have a copy here, but I will implore you to go back, read the entire context. That the same way they teach you how to read the Bible. You don't take a word and run with it. You read the whole thing, but let me give you my understanding of the MOU of that sentence without seeing the exact words. The entire concept, the idea behind it is that Mohbad had issues with Naira Marley. Lagos state government has stepped in to pass a bill about Mohbad's copyrights. People are printing books. If you go to Amazon today, you'll find probably not less than 15 or 20 books in Mohbad's name. People are making money in Mohbad's name already. People are printing t-shirts. Who are they paying rights to? If I understand that context without reading it, if the Aloba family comes in tomorrow and say they need the foundation to help them track who is making books, biography of Mohbad, life history of Mohbad, without the consent of the family, the foundation lawyer would help them to track those people. Like I said, we've already identified about 15 books on Amazon. Some of them are even just covers that people are using to make money on the name of the boy. So if the family now says, we need help, it is not even African television. It is the foundation, and it is the lawyer of the foundation that would set out investigators to track everything that is out there that is making money on Mohbad. This has nothing, and I repeat, has nothing to do with his existing songs, because you cannot infringe on the agreement that he already has with Eda Malian or with Immolenization. You cannot step into that because those are already set up. So this is about people who are trying to take advantage and printing all kind of stuff. Tomorrow you will see there's a movie, Life of Mohbad, and maybe the family of Mohbad did not even approve it. Somebody can come up with a movie tomorrow now and just put it in theater.
Mr. Larry, just so I can give other people chance to speak, yeah? I want to round up. And
with a song.
I will still sing, but I want to round up with this, okay? Now, a song nipa or royalty, okay? And you said that there are lots of people on Amazon that had already published books and whatnot and whatnot. I put it out to you. If genuinely and truly you wanted to help with your intentions that you have laid out, with the interviews that you've granted and things that you've said, you did not cut across as such, Mr. Larry. And I'll put it to you. You ask me why. The reason being is you have an ulterior motive. You have a financial gain, of course. You're not in, right? But I put it out to you that the same motive, those people that have books printed, selling on Amazon, is the exact same motive that you, Mr. Larry, has on towards this case. Because if truly you genuinely wanted to help Mr. Aloba, it would be a case. You are not going, you saw a loophole. Yeah, you saw that it is a general interest that the public are asking. Some idiots had posted about DNA, insinuated and incited that that boy does not belong to Mohbad. Now, you as a father, a grandfather, me as a mother, I know that this boy protected his family, and the only thing he could die for, that he protected with his life, kept away from the general public, is the exact same weapon that is now being used against his nuclear family. So yes, there is a motive, and it's a financial motive. If your intentions were to help the family, first of all, you will be gunning for what killed that boy, not questioning the paternity of his only legacy that he left behind. You see, all this royalties. Sorry, sir, please don't interrupt me. Like I said, I wanted to round up. All these royalties and monies, all that does not matter. The only thing that matters in Mohbad's life before and after his death is that child that he leaves behind. So the protection should be on that boy, the focus should be on that boy, and nobody should ever imagine truncating the journey of that boy's life, because he is only a few months old, and nobody in their right mind, any sane person, should never, either biological, either adopted, either whatever way, nobody has the right to ever question him, because that's the only thing that boy has. Anything to bargain. Do you know how much Mohbad is earning as of now? Everybody capitalized on it. People are still making money on that boy's name. All of that does not matter. It is not important. It is Liam that is more important, because at the end of the day, we cannot sit here and argue and go back and forth. If truly you chose to want to help this family, okay? If truly you are who you are and you wanted to help as a father and as a grandfather, what I would expect a sane person to do is to, first of all, fight for justice, fight for what killed that boy, and not some memorandum of understanding, not some contract at that moment, at that particular point when that boy just lost his life. I don't think any sane person should do that. And I put it out to you, sir. I put it out to you today, sir. Your intentions were flawed, and it is unfair on his nuclear family.
You said the same thing in 10 different ways. Thank you. Now, first, let me break down what you just said. That our intentions are not genuine. Let me explain to you that in the foundation, Baba Mohbad is listed as one of the trustees. If our intentions are not genuine, let me tell you, a foundation can be created without even Baba Mohbad or Wunmi or anybody being involved from their family. That is to tell the extent of the genuineness of our intentions. We are not like those who are on Amazon printing books. We're not like those making t-shirts in Mohbad. We're not like those playing his video without consideration for the family. So if you want to know who is genuine, you sit down and you ask yourself, why would we go to the family, call Wunmi, call the mother, call the father, if we're trying to do anything ulterior? Do you think if I want, as of today,
how much of memorabilia does Mohbad have that you want to build a museum, Mr. Larry? How much of Mohbad?
You spoke for 10 minutes. You spoke for 10 minutes. Now you're being unruly. I don't like that.
You have the floor. You can speak.
Thank you. Now, let's talk about genuineness. If I'm not genuine, will I come here where all of you sit behind and you plan how to question me, how to bait me, how to trap me? This is not the only platform where everybody who does not like DNA has been trying to set up a trap for me. But I come to make sure that you understand what we see, what we know as genuine. If I want to do anything against the Aloba, do you think I need to go and see the Baba? If I want to do anything, do you think the Baba or Wunmi can stop me from printing t-shirts, from publishing book, from even creating a monument? But because we realize that the family needs to be carried along, they need to benefit from anything that is done, we went to the family. And I'm the one that you're attacking. You're not calling out those who are on Amazon and everywhere streaming the song without any regards to the family. Who is the criminal here? Who is the ungenuine person here? The one that says, come, I want to do this with your family. I want to do this with your son's name, so that the legacy of your family will remain forever. That's the one that you're saying is not genuine. Do you understand the definition of the word transparency? We go to your lawyer signs an agreement with you that you review with your daughter. Is that how more genuine can you be? How much genuine can you be when you come to the family and say, we plan to do this, we plan to do that? We use our own money to make flights, to run around, to get people, to get reporters, investigators. We use our money, we don't ask you for a dime. We have never collected 1 naira on Mohbad's case. We have never opened an account on Mohbad's case. And we are the one that is not genuine.
Mr. Larry.
No, I'm still talking, my dear lady. I'm still talking, and you need to hear this, and you need to understand it. You need to understand it, because a lot of us, we talk without thinking. Emotions get in the way of truth and logic. Let me break it down.
Any insults. Thank you.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down to the smallest person on TikTok that is collecting diamond in the name of Mohbad. Some people have founded their own TikTok platform just because of Mohbad. They did not have a platform before Mohbad's death. But because of Mohbad, they have started a platform and they beg for lions, they beg for tigers. How many of those lions and tigers are they sending to Baba Mohbad or to Mama Mohbad or to Liam? You want to talk about being genuine? I have never made a nickel on Mohbad.
Yourself
I
to
have a big dream.
a vulnerable situation. You penetrated that vulnerability, Mr. Larry, and that is why we're here.
You see that is the problem. Emotion, penetrated, vulnerability. Are you telling me that a man who is going to the studio to sing is vulnerable? A man who is releasing album every day is vulnerable. Please don't use English language wrongly. I don't even want to start saying things.
I have a first-hand knowledge of the language. I grew up in England. I understand quite vividly the words I'm using, Mr. Larry.
Madam, let me tell you, if you understand English language and you want to be a scholar, you have a lawyer who goes through your document, your contract. You already even signed a contract with a lawyer before we met you. You're vulnerable.
This is where, Mr. Larry, politely, and I don't mean to insult you in any shape or form, okay? But this is where the vulnerability comes in to play, okay? Now, you said he has a lawyer. Is the lawyer part of the contract? Is he going to add some monetary gains towards that? You all have apportioned the percentage that goes to each individual, okay? And what would you have the lawyer do? Of course, he will translate it in a layman's term that he would understand. Mr. Larry, either you like it or not, either you accept it or not, you penetrated his vulnerability. This man is an illiterate. You, Mr. Larry, it was not right. The time you signed that contract or MOU with that man was wrong and totally flawed.
We are not talking. Do you want to talk or you want to debate?
Continue.
Now, like I said, this is the last response. Baba Mohbad's daughter, Blessing, was privy to the arrangement. Baba Mohbad's lawyer was privy to the arrangement. Blessing is not here on TikTok calling me a scam. But you, that you're not related and you're not even in the family, you're using vulnerability. Now, the lawyer who went to law school, it is the same lawyer who you see every day they go to Corona. David Fadili, are you more learned than him in the areas of law that you are calling me names, vulnerability, taking advantage? Now, the last thing I want to tell you, may you in your life work for somebody where you're supposed to get paid and somebody come and say, as a lawyer, you should not be paid. So you're telling me that the lawyer who
why did you not take your service elsewhere? Why must you, at the point where someone, a 26-year-old child, a 26-year-old man lost his life, and you
Osha, hold on, I want to ask something.
Mr. Larry, Mr. Larry, but I need that. Please,
Osha, hold on. I want to ask something. Me, Emma Binupe mo interrupt. Only got me first. So he said the blessing is not here to call him a scam. Neither is Baba here. But Baba has never come out to defend that. Bukky Jesse is working for Baba back to back. And Bukky Jesse has called you scam. Bukky Jesse has called you name. And Baba has never come outside. Both of us know Tangbo. Koti Sibiti Baba ti defending. What do you have to say about that? Bukky Jesse said that the man was under duress, the man was specialized, the man was this and that. Why ti Baba you say bossita? That's why defending. At this point, defending at this point. If the Baba is not defending you, how do you now expect us to accept everything that you have said or everything that you are about to say?
Thank you. Let me tell you this. Very good question. Let me start from Bukky Jesse. Sọrọ earlier on, Bukky Jesse owes me a shoe because when she called my shoe tattered and looking at whatever was not there. She apologized. All her lies, all her accusation, she apologized. I can play her voice note recorded on my phone where she apologized before she even went and did a video with the black screen apology. So I'm not even going to take her serious because I know the kind of blogger or the kind of person she is. That's number one. Now let's go to Baba. Baba is, according to Bukky JC, she's giving Baba 100,000 every month. Now, if somebody is giving you 100,000 every month, there is so much you're going to say against that person. That's where I want to go. Baba owes me a video apology that he has promised to do, which we are waiting to hear. When he's going to do it, I don't know. But between our conversations, Baba owes me an apology. If it comes today, fine. If it comes next week, fine. But I don't survive on apology. I don't live on apology or insults. I live on the grace of God and what the works of my hand can produce. So going to Baba was not a mistake. Getting in the movement was not a mistake. In life, people understand you, people misunderstand you. If you choose to misunderstand me, stay on the sideline. Watch what I do. If I do right, you will clap for me. If I do wrong, you will take your trophy. Abi? But until then, watch your tongue. Watch your tongue because every second.
African TV. Yeah. Now, if Baba, because of 100,000, okay, Bukky just says 100,000 for, then he lost integrity. He lost integrity with you. Like, anyway, sir, if Baba, because of 100,000 and lost his integrity, I could not like conscious Bukky just say that, oh, look at this man, what you are saying about this man. After the apology Bukky tender last time, she has came out after then to label you and to say so many things. I don't know if you have watched it. And Baba Oti Bosita, not to ask anything. And if you are saying one for Baba 100,000 every month, that Bukky just a promise for 1 year, that is 1.2 million. Baba Shejopada is the foundation that you brought before him. That means the foundation you make sense if Baba niye, because all the 100,000 we're talking about is 1.2 million in a year. And Baba there will for so Baba will for yeah.
Mercy, I'm going to start work now. I need to get ready for work. Mr. Larry, I'm going to before you sorry, Mr. Larry, because I am leaving now. Please.
Let me say something.
Let him quickly say something.
Mo fẹ́ já ìsìn kankan Mercy.
Okay.
Baba issue Bukky JC. Baba ọ̀rọ̀ Baba kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ Bukky JC nìkan. Àwọn tí wọ́n fi foundation lẹ́yìn àtàwọn kan ti gbọ́ nǹkan táwa fẹ́ ṣe. Wọ́n ti já lọ bá Baba. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti present ẹ̀ sí Baba in maybe in a more robust way or in a better way. So kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ Bukky JC nìkan.
Because Alagbari Loga Mugun. Let's put it that way. And I'll call it a spade as it is. Now, Mr. Larry, I noticed that whenever a valid question is being asked, you become agitated. I've watched you. I've heard you speak on several occasions. You become agitated. You made mention of something earlier. When I said a grieving father and you penetrated based on his vulnerability, you made a statement. You said a grieving father that knows how to go to the studio, a grieving father that knows how to sing, a grieving father that does this, does that. Mr. Larry, either you accept it or not, I can say my opinion. You don't have to agree with me because, of course, you are the one at the forefront. You are the one that Oroyemba shall understand. What the timing you went to this family is wrong. What you did at the time, making them sign MOU, it is wrong. What I would have expected that you do if truly and genuinely you are looking to help this family, would have been that ẹ kọ́kọ́ lé ẹlẹ́yọ̀rọ̀ lọ́nà kẹ́ tó wá fi padà bọ̀ fàdíyẹ. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ help family yẹn bó ṣe máa get justice. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ help family yẹn bó ṣe máa mọ ikú tó pa Mohbad. If that was what you started with, we will not be having this conversation today. We will not be calling you names or saying all sort of things about your own person, or your integrity will not be questioned if that was the first step. Now tell me, ṣé tó bá ṣe DNA tí I find out pé Mohbad ló bí Liam, does that exonerate Wunmi? Ẹ ṣe yẹn léní. Tó bá wá jẹ́ ìdákejì náà, does that make Wunmi guilty? Ẹ ṣe yẹn léjì. So my question to you, or to round this whole thing up, Mr. Larry, nǹkan tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí abiyamọ. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ kọ́kọ́ ṣe, knowing that ikú ọmọ yìí dùn gbogbo èèyàn. You, with a vast of experience, you are exposed, and as a father, as human, as whatever, the first thing first, téèyàn bá fẹ́ render help in this type of situation is to help the family, knowing that they're reeling in poverty, they don't have that power, they don't have any political affiliations, they don't have anything to search and seek for justice. Your little quota, your little contribution will go a very long way. That way, then all of us will be applauding you. We will be rooting for you. You came about with a DNA. You saw a loophole, you penetrated. And that is the part of vulnerability I want you to understand. The mindset of that man, you changed and twisted it. Because the man in the audio recording Tolani Oreniyi played categorically stated that he knows that Mohbad is the father of this boy. But the public wants DNA. African TV, wọ́n dẹ̀ wá, wọ́n láwọn fẹ́ wá help wá. Ṣé rí pé nǹkan mẹ́ta ni mo ti mú jáde ńbẹ̀ yẹn. So DNA lè fi penetrate vulnerability wọn. The man knows himself, but he went based on your words, seeking for DNA. Is DNA the justice that Mohbad deserves? With or without, Mohbad is dead. The only gbogbo yìí gan tí gbogbo family wọn bá lọ tán, but Liam lives. That's his legacy.
I've given you the time to air
and I drop my mic. Thank you, Mr. Larry. I dropped my mic. Before I drop my mic, ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ orin fún yín because mo promise yín lórin kan. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká dé tó lọ. Ká search conscience wa, including you, Mr. Larry. I want all of us to search our conscience that the way Mohbad is being treated before and after his death, is it fair? Does anybody deserves to go through this sort of pain, either dead or alive? Mohbad is being treated unfairly, unjustly.
You've spoken for 15 minutes, this woman.
And it is unfair on that boy to destroy his legacy.
Let him talk. Allow him to talk.
Mo fẹ́ kọrin fún Mr. Larry. Ẹ jẹ́ n kọrin fún Mr. Larry, wọ́n máa gba orin. Larry, my baby, oh, thank you for coming. Larry, my baby, thank you for coming. Larry, my baby, thank you for coming.
That is very nice.
I'm a big question. Fine. Larry, my baby, thank you.
I don't know, madam. Okay. No, madam. Oh, man, yes, oh, madam.
Let me tell you one mistake in your submission. As much as I respect your submission, your opinion, there is one big mistake. And that mistake is live and let live. summary of everything you said is, oh, it's the wrong time, vulnerability. I've said it, there's no bad time to do a good thing. But there's also a problem with your mindset, and not with disrespect. Oh. That problem is trying to tell people how and when to do their own thing. This was our idea, not even only my staff in Belgium, passed on to the agents in Nigeria, passed on to the lawyer of Baba Mohbad, passed on to the daughter of Baba Mohbad. Baba Mohbad may be older than you, but now you're smarter and wiser than the Baba. You are wiser than Baba Mohbad now because he's a victim that has lost his child. Now you want to put him, he's a mumu, he's a duress, he's a this, he's vulnerable. Let's not do that. Don't begin to put people in your own corner of the world. If Baba Mohbad is mumu or vulnerable, is the lawyer mumu or vulnerable? Is the agent in Nigeria mumu or vulnerable? Is the daughter mumu or vulnerable? Me, I'm mumu too. But only you, those who are emotional, are the smart ones. So let's not, let's not try to blackmail something because it's not the way we would have done it. Yes, if you're part of the foundation, you join the foundation, you have a good opportunity to advise, because every advice, let me tell you, I told the host, I am breaking the rule for coming on this platform. I've been here since 5 o'clock. People, my wife is sending me message that people already sending, angry with me that I'm on this platform right here, right now. I don't make decision alone, But I know I broke the law. I broke the board members' decision yesterday and today, and I'm going to face the music. So don't think that one man is an island. I'm not alone. I report to people. And right now, I'm offending the people by being here, talking here, because the same thing that I told Baba Mohbad not to do, that's the same crime that I'm committing, trying to explain myself to people. So your decision, Osha, the way you would do things does not make you smarter than David Fadele, the lawyer that is getting us justice. It is not smarter than me and Baba Mohbad. It is the way you would do it. But you can bring your own idea to join us, and people will reason to your idea, and maybe they will approve your idea. That's the way life goes. So I want to thank everybody. Host, Mercy found me. Let me go and receive the cane from my board members who are ready, waiting to cut my
please,
question.
If my question will be the last, please let me ask some question,
hold on.
please.
African TV.
We will jam again. We will jam again.
African
Please
TV.
respect the fact that I've given you hours.
African TV.
Respect that fact. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. God bless
African
you.
TV.
Let's
Those who want to abuse me,
My tongue.
those who want to say that I
And
sound
I think he can also hear you.
African TV.
Mercy.
Wo ìgbà tí n bá ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ question lè máa ń sá lọ.
Ẹ má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní sùúrù. African TV ẹ ní sùúrù. Wọ́n ti try wọn sá lọ. Ẹ má yẹ ká sọ pé wọ́n sá lọ ẹ ní sùúrù. African TV.
Àìrọ̀ mo sá ní nǹkan tó máa dùn létí wọn lẹ́nu wọn nìyẹn mo sá.
African TV ẹ̀yin gan kí dáyọ̀ lóhùn.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Mo ti pè yín lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta.
African TV ẹjọ́ ẹ fún mi 2 minutes. Ẹ fún mi 2 minutes.
Let me round up with you, sir.
Ẹ máa gbà mí o, ṣé òtí ò ní round up ní báyìí?
Please. Miss
Ẹ wo African TV ti lọ. Ṣé rí?
Mr. Trinity,
ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré give submission mi ẹ fún mi 3 minutes ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Ó sì ò lè forgive me. You have to come up. Ẹ ní sùúrù. Ọmọ come up.
Ẹ fún mi 2 minutes kí n tiẹ̀ sáré give submission mi, and I'm very and I know I'm very sure. African TV máa wà ní
Mr. Trinity, calm down.
Mo mọ̀ pé African TV máa wà ní comment section. Ṣé rí nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ African TV ni pé mo wo nǹkan tí mo kàn
turn off the comment section.
Mo tún turn off comment section fún yín. African TV mo like ìkọ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe o.
Host ẹ fẹ́ round up ni mo ṣe padà wá. So
What else do you want? Mo turn off comment section. The bá tọ̀ ní ọ̀nà wọn máa fẹ́ bú mi palẹ̀ ni. Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ kí n round up ni?
Oh yeah, round up, sorry.
Okay, now, ṣé ẹ lè fún mi 5 minutes? Àbí ó ti pọ̀ jù àbí kí n kọ round up?
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ 2 minutes, wọ́n ilẹ̀ ti mọ́.
That's the problem. African TV, ìgbà tí mo bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn, ẹ sọ pé opinion yín ni pé you said it was your opinion that calling Mohbad, that saying that Mohbad ó jọ Sam Larry pé kọ́tẹ́rì ni, and you are being truthful and all that. I don't know. I will not impose my own opinion on you. But at the end of the day, you apologize that tó bá bí wa nínú ẹni tó bá bí nínú kó má bínú. African TV, I want to ask you, can you also do a video to apologize to me for saying that ọmọ ẹjọ Sam Larry? Because this artelo èmi o mo sọ pé gbogbo èèyàn tó sọ pé African TV nǹkan tó mo ní the man himself, this man himself tell her approach. Èmi sọ pé man yóò ń ṣọmọdé. Kí ló ń porúkọ ẹ̀? Lawyer wà involved. The other lady is involved. I don't know her name. They are all involved. And it is not something that you force them to do. Ó lè jẹ́ wrong time, ó lè jẹ́ right time. But àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yìí, kí ló dé tí kò sí ọpọlọ anybody tó sọ fún wọn pé bàbá àìtí ìṣe nìsín? Is there any time tó sọ fún wọn pé àwọn ò fẹ́ fọwọ́ síwèé? African TV ní pé dandandandan ẹ fọwọ́ síwèé. Àbí kò tí ìyá nìsín? You know that. Because, what I'm trying to say. So, is there any moment tí àwọn people yìí disagree pé àwọn ò ṣe kínní tí bàbá yìí force wọn sí? Kò sí anytime. Kò sí ìta fẹ́ ti African TV lọ agbá wọn síbí báyìí bó nígbà ṣe pé gbá ẹ̀ ni. You understand? I still remain on that one. Tí tèmi ni pé Wùmí àti ọmọ yẹn tí wọ́n subject to bully lórí ọ̀rọ̀ DNA or no DNA yìí tó wá ń gbé ọmọ yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn. As a mother, as a young mother, I know how it will feel ní ara ẹ̀. And as a grieving mother too, as you always say, grieving mother, allow ẹ̀ kó mourn. As a grandfather that you are, and considering the fact, the position you want to be holding, can you at least make a video to apologize to this gentle girl and the son? Tó bá tiẹ̀ máa dọ̀la o, tó bá wá jọ́mọ ẹ̀ ni o, kò jọ́mọ ẹ̀, for even saying at all, a grandfather, ẹ lè bí Wùmí kí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ju Wùmí lọ tó tún bímọ. According to what you said, that maybe 58 or 60 years old ni, ẹni tó bá ti pé 40 lè bí Wùmí. You understand? Can I apologize fún Wùmí for saying this alone? I'm not saying that you should say DNA or no DNA. You have already putting that in the public, but apologize to that little girl and the son. Can you do that?
Your submission is finished.
Yeah, submission mi ni èmi ò ní nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ torí gbogbo èèyàn ti béèrè nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ béèrè. We shall try, everybody try. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní ẹ̀fẹ̀ fún wa 5 minutes. 5 minutes tí mo béèrè fún. I wanted to say that maybe I use 2 minutes, Trinity use 1 minute, Debola use 1 minute, then I round up. But yeah.
Let me tell you that I believe that since 5 o'clock or thereabout to this time, we have had a very good conversation. Even though people don't want me to be here because they feel like this and some other platform are abusive platform, but today you have proven to me that your mind is working in the right direction. Now, I want to say that I'm pleased coming to your platform, and you've been able to manage your audience, and that is what I expect every host that is.
Okay, man.
Yeah, like I was saying, you have been able to manage your panelists and your platform to at least give us the opportunity to discuss. The only thing I will advise is next time, let most of the questions focus on how to get real justice. All of us are discussing everything except the real justice. Corona is being postponed up and down. Some people that are supposed to be brought to the Corona, they're not being brought. Prime Boy is not yet released. Those are critical issues in the movement for justice for Mohbad. Now, in the issue of apologizing to Wunmi, I cannot promise you that because I spoke my personal opinion. It's my personal opinion. I did not insult her. If Wunmi approaches me and tells me that she's offended by the video requesting for DNA. At that point, my legal team and my board will advise me on what to do. But as of today, I see that your sincerity in apology is genuine. Your request is human and it makes sense. However, I did not speak with the intention of offending anybody. I spoke my mind just the same way people call me thief and everything. None of those people call me thieves have been told to go and apologize. None of them has been challenged to show evidence of my scamming or stealing. Not even any of our customers. Even bring a customer to say they did not give me good service. So you sit there, you call me thief, scam, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's apologized to me. They spoke what they feel or what they think or how they think. And I spoke what I feel, what I think, and what I believe. Now, if Wunmi would tell me, Baba, nǹkan tẹ́ sọ, irú nǹkan tó ṣà ń sọ, degradation, deprivation, I'm human. If I hurt you, I will apologize. But Wunmi has not spoken. DNA has not been done.
Okay, African TV, you said none of these people has apologized to you because they don't have business with you and they are not planning to have any business with you. Don't forget that you are planning to have business with this family. Whether you like it or not, Liam and his wife, Liam and his mother, one were involved in family. This business that you want to do, even if I thought Toba Malo hold in future, Aboshi ma continue lati hold. Cause demand, because people who are involved in them, because these are the people. And on the first family, gone. They are the first family. And if you want this thing,
you're right.
Huh?
You're very correct.
So they are the first family to Mohbad.
Sọ̀rọ̀ tabarira tí mo bá sọ pé bàbá kí ló ṣì tẹ́ sọ ẹ kí lẹ ṣe sọ gbàsà o ibi tí n bá ti offend ẹ I will make
so are you saying that if Wunmi did not let you know that you are wrong, you wouldn't know that you are wrong? For the mere fact that any ọmọlọ́mọ jọ Sam Larry, they mean suffering. Emi oni ke apologize for DNA because you kept saying something today. Bàbá ọmọ sọ wípé ká bá òun béèrè fún DNA. Bàbá ọmọ sọ wípé so emi mo de dúró lórí pé bí onígbà bá ṣe pé gbà ẹ la máa ṣe bá gbé.
So the public.
Mercy. Mo ní bá ṣe pé gbà bó ṣe pé gbà lẹ ṣe bá gbé. Yeah.
Mercy. Nǹkan tó sọ lẹ́ni. Ó wà lọ́kàn mi, mo máa bá wọn tèmi rò. Ìjọ́ta àti Wunmi bá sọ̀rọ̀ tá bá ríra. That may show me more light on the way you feel. But I respect your feeling and I really love you for today's program. I want to beg everybody, my day must start now. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, àtúpàdé ńjọ́ mi. God bless everybody.
Okay, have a nice day anyway. Thank you. Tí n bá ṣí comment báyìí sí wọ́n máa yà mí jẹ.
Ṣé Wunmi ní ìdájọ́?
Please, ẹ fún mi ní 2 to 3 minutes kí n fi give submission tèmi. African TV ti lè lọ bọ́ọ̀mà. Ṣé rí nǹkan tí mi ò fi lè stand the African TV òun ni rọ́tí African TV wa máa ń pa lórí platform. There is no board of trustee, there is no board. African TV ò ní any board member. It is just him. Website African TV, the website is less than 100,000 naira. The only button to ṣiṣẹ́ ní website African TV is donation.
But there is no board member. Ṣé àwọn people yìí ojú wọn fọ́ wọn rí lọ́ọ̀yà tó bá wọn sign wọn rí bàbá àní bàbá ló gbé family ẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́.
Even massive family, African TV ò ní personal lawyer. African TV gangan ò ní lawyer títí wọn. Ò ní lawyer.
Baba lawyer, he said Baba lawyer drafted it. Ó sọ lọ́dọ̀
yes, Baba lawyer Baba Mohbad náà lò. African TV gangan ò ní lawyer fúnra ẹ̀.
Okay, lawyer wèrè wo ló draft irú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ báwo la ṣe fẹ́ blame.
So this African TV is a scammer.
Lawyer Baba Wunmi àti
yes, he's a scammer.
Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ blame wọn. Ó propose the business fún wọn ni àwọn dẹ̀ tẹ́wọ́ gbà. Okay, what are we even talking about? Ẹ ní sùúrù ẹ jẹ́ ká ní sùúrù. tá a bá applaud bàbá ẹ̀ tá à ń fọwọ́ gbà lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n bá máa gbá bàbá ẹ̀ kó gbá bàbá ẹ̀ kójú ẹ̀ rí bàbá yìí fún ara ẹ̀ láti second day ni bàbá ẹ̀ ti ń ṣe rádaràda náà okay now bàbá yìí was on Westo page yesterday African TV ló gbé lọ sọ́dọ̀ Westo page tó lọ ń tọrọ owó ẹ̀ help me any amount is too small no amount is too small bàbá yìí was there bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ bàbá tẹ̀ ń different bàbá sọ fún àwọn pípé pé tí má ti gba owó tán tẹ́ bá ṣe fẹ́ kí n sin òkú yẹn máa padà wá bá yín ẹ̀yin náà lẹ máa decide àwọn ọmọ 12 years old àwọn ọmọ 1 year old lọ́ máa decide fún African TV bó ṣe máa sin òkú and we all want to nail African TV sí kínní nítorí bàbá tó ń ṣe rádaràda ẹ̀ this bàbá lọ sọ lórí ọ̀dọ̀ Westo lánàá àbí ṣe tí ṣe mo purọ́ ẹjọ́ ẹ máa já mi o pé tí ẹ
má sì find me ẹ jẹ́ kí n buttress point yín ṣe rí bàbá Mohbad ó fẹ́ fi òkú Mohbad make owó ni and
yes I think
that's why
I think
send me your WhatsApp let's connect on WhatsApp
this person is screen recorded pé tí bá mo ní ìdòwó láti ṣe báyìí mo ní ìdòwó kí mo máa gba lọ́ọ̀yà gbogbo city náà ti ní ìdòwó gbogbo this man was begging seriously and they were like no amount is too small tí bá tẹ̀ tí wàá gbowó yẹn tán tí bá ṣe máa sí.
Mystic, please send me your WhatsApp.
Okay, I will do that. I will do that. I will do that. Only Ìkòròdú lòun fẹ́ sí only Ìkòròdú and again tabataba ti gba owó máa padà wá sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀yin tèmi ẹ̀yin náà lè máa wá decide bí máa ṣe ṣòkú ẹ̀yin yẹn lè wá fẹ́ kémi máa sọ pé you take it to the right time you did not I know only ní bàbá yìí nobody should defend this bàbá yìí sẹ́ bàbá yìí bó ṣe pé gbá ìran ṣe bá a pé ta ló lẹ́sẹ̀ wèrè tí ó bù ú ẹ jẹ́ ká bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ ta ló lẹ́sẹ̀ wèrè tí ó bù ú African TV ní kó wá máa wá ṣiṣẹ́ fún ni African TV African TV doesn't go do anything wrong kí bàbá ma àwọn ọmọ tó wà lábẹ́ TikTok yẹn tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò jọ ọmọ ta ìmí ìbáyọ̀ ọmọ 12 years ni wọ́n kì í rárá tẹ bá rí bọ́n ṣe ń pèsè account number bàbá nothing is too small $5 $1 kìnìkan ìyẹn. Is it because African TV now they got there first before some of those people? Now on Peperiano page yesterday or 2 days ago, Peperiano was also talking about we are trying to come as a group but not as a foundation. Everybody are looking for one way or the other. That is it. And this Baba keeps saying, is it because I got there before them? Is it because I got there before them? And then Baba, tell save low African TV. Baba to lost the platform Westo lánàá. Yes, just yesterday. Ni Baba ṣe gbogbo kini. Bàbá kó 23,000 coin lọ níbẹ̀ yẹn lánàá pẹ̀lú àkáǹtì lẹ̀ àwọn kan dẹ̀ sọ I have done my own I just did my own I have done my own I just did my bàbá come and give account wọ́n ti ra pọ́ sílẹ̀ fún bàbá wọ́n ti ṣe everything fún bàbá but just because bàbá fẹ́ gbọ́ ṣebí wọ́n ní foundation why tí o ṣe dúró fún foundation tó bá believe ní foundation this is what I have forgotten to ask kí ló dé tí o ṣe jẹ́ kí foundation take in charge of the òkú tó fẹ́ ṣe. Tó fi jẹ́ pé òun ló tún wá ń gbégbá bára káàkiri ẹ lọ sọ́dọ̀ Bukky Jesse filẹ̀ síbẹ̀ nothing is too small for baba o tell me is this baba is making himself vulnerable to everybody so if another person now go there now and approach him again baba tẹ bá lè fún wa lápá ọmọ yín àmà fún lówó we will not be blaming that bad person we will not blame anybody this is a business proposal if you don't like fine. Bàbá òde jáde láti wá sọ pé kó sọ pé gbogbo kan tí African TV ń sọ pé irọ́ ni even now African TV ló tún expect apology video lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ because African TV bá sọ̀rọ̀ to the extent pé African TV ní 100% sọ pé nǹkan tí mo bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ ó yí ẹ dáadáa o shoes ẹ ló ṣe and Baba African TV said something pé a grieving father bọ́ọ̀lù ṣe lo English yẹn náà he said there is difference between a grieving father and a greedy father. Yeah, he's a greedy father. And a greedy father can find himself anywhere. Me, I will not blame African TV. Business ni. Ó ṣe business.
On Nigeria. But wọ́n gbàgbé pàṣípamọ́ ló máa ń wà. Most times. Because àhámà lórí àwọn nǹkan tí náírà ṣe. But because a lot of people have one reservations or the other towards Iyabo, àbí Gistlover, àbí àwọn tó actually advocate fún Mohbad. Gbogbo àṣemáṣe náírà want to sweep it under the carpet because if not, kí ló máa fi fún ní audacity pé òun fẹ́ sue. Ṣé àwọn nǹkan tó ń sọ pé ó ṣe kò ṣe wọ́n ni? Ṣáwọn nǹkan tí Sam Larry ṣe kò ṣe ni? Ṣé wọ́n bully Mohbad àbọ̀n bully ẹ̀? Ṣé wọ́n cheat Mohbad àbí wọ́n cheat ẹ̀? Gbogbo royalties ẹ̀ ńkọ́? Ṣé wọ́n chance ọmọ yẹn lójú ẹ̀mí àbí wọ́n chance ẹ̀? Ṣé nǹkan kí ló fa depression fún Mohbad? Kí ló fa anxiety? Kí ló fa high blood pressure fún ọmọ yẹn? Ṣé nǹkan tó ń go through London Naira Marley àbóhùn fúnra rẹ̀ ò sọ? Àbí update tó ṣe why tó ṣe jẹ́ pé nǹkan tí kò necessary mọ́ kéèsì Mohbad òun làwọn èèyàn ń attack? Why tó ṣe jẹ́ pé DNA làwọn èèyàn ń ránṣọ mọ́? Afẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ à ń palàpálàpá. Ṣé tí wọ́n bá gbé result DNA jáde ṣó máa prove pé òun ló pa Mohbad ni? Ṣé tí DNA result bá jáde tọ́mọ bá jẹ́ ọmọ Mohbad ó wá mí pé Wùnmí innocent? Àbí tí DNA bá jáde tí ọmọ ò bá kí n ṣe ọmọ Mohbad ó mí pé Wùnmí ló guilty? Àwọn nǹkan kan tí ó ń dá tó ń burst brain mi tí mi understand ó pọ̀ gan. So it just goes to show the kind of mentality tí majority of Nigerians ní. Wọ́n máa ń fi ẹ̀tẹ̀ sílẹ̀, wọ́n máa ń palàpálàpá. Ṣé DNA ní justice for Mohbad? Tí DNA bá come positive or negative, will that be the justice? Is that the justice that we are looking for? Are we going to pin it on in pé DNA o ikú tó pa Mohbad nìyẹn? Mi ò understand àárín yẹn. And that is the reason why the little, no matter how small we are, the little truth that we are going to put out there, we will not stop. We will continue to hammer on it. Fún ẹni tó bá máa gbọ́, nípasẹ̀ ìyẹn gan, ẹlòmíì wọ́n máa dàrú. Ìyẹn ẹni tó bá ní ọgbọ́n. Because a lot of them, they know the truth anyway. We don't need to educate. They know the truth, but they choose the latter. So you see, we will continue. Gbogbo wa tá wà lórí platform yìí kò sí tí ò níṣẹ́ nù wa. But out of no time, we still create time to at least talk, to at least enlighten people, to at least fún ẹni tó bá deserve ìpèlè pé, ẹni tó bá deserve ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́rọ̀, fún ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ ká educate ara wa. But ìjọkànjọkàn system ta grow up in ó máa wà favourable. And I always pray, may Nigeria not happen to any of us. Nigeria happened to Mohbad. It's not just about the harassment or bullying or whatever. Nigeria failed Mohbad. And the same Nigeria is working against Wunmi. But we will not allow that Nigeria system to fail Wunmi. We will not allow Nigeria system to fail Liam. May Nigeria not happen to any of us. Thank you very much.
Please let me quickly speak on something. Just imagine now we have over 100 people on this platform, right?
Yes, 128 to be precise.
We have over 100 people on this platform, and just only 4 people, which is share program.
The connection is fluctuating.
Is it that we are not passing message? We are saying yes. Me, I was a program. Madness.
Your connection is fluctuating.
That's me. Yeah, you know. Hello.
Your connection is fluctuating. Well, I suppose your network is really bad. Yeah, I suppose what this gentleman is trying to say is that we have over 100 people watching this live broadcast and only 4 people shared. So if we can get more people to keep sharing so that enough people can see. So don't just sit in the comment section and be watching and listening. Let other people come over to learn. I believe that's what this man is trying to say. So about share, my share show, broadcast.
That's what I'm trying to.
Can we your livery?
That's what I'm trying to say. Harry, kaje video kini space le hold by anything. So you go kan bora won si wowo. Believe me, I had to go viral. So like Daily Pharaoh TV said on Arise TV, only Nigerians reward madness. That is why madness has remained endemic. So if only 8 people can share now out of over 100 people, which means what you are saying is baseless. I want to buy a car amplifier, ni amplifier, then ba ola se fe okay, ola le se amani pe Nigeria later. But in Nigeria se fe that when we are not amplifying the real issues. So me ebi o pa mi níbi tí mo wà alagbara Ọlọ́run àwọn tèmi náà ebi ò ní pa wọ́n. Likewise each and every one of you on seat and those listening, but we can still do more. We can still do more for ourselves and for Nigeria. Nílé mi ju Nigeria lọ mọ́. In fact ibi tí ìgbà tí mò ń bọ̀ wá medical center láàárọ̀ yìí torí ọ̀nà tí mo gbà bẹ̀rẹ̀ ground wọn bẹ́ẹ̀. So fence won't be high. Believe me, one network on a standard road. But asphalt, one burial ground. Nigeria bullet very well. See, I rest my case.
Thank you very much, Mr. Skyhef Concept. It is disheartening that we don't have a working system. In every country, there is a system. The system can decide to be favorable to you or fail you. Now, tí Mohbad la really ni, Moito Mashele Lola, and subsequent ones. There are so many things. Mohbad Koni, first person, Tomaku Nigeria, and it won't be the last person. Now, tí system bam fail àwọn èèyàn tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ continuous kini, who is next? Like the interview, or should I say the conference or dinner, whatever, tí Nena ti béèrè questions lọ́wọ́ Sanwo-Olu, Governor Sanwo-Olu. She asked the question. She said that Sylvester was failed by the system. Till date, case yẹn forí sánpọ́n ni. Ààrí ojútùú case yẹn up till this moment. I'll refer us to Debbie ọmọ tó yóò kúnú BRT yẹn. Ààrí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀, ààrí díẹ̀ndíẹ̀ àmọ́bi tán forí sánpọ́n sí. Today, it is Mohbad's turn. Now, Mohbad was in the music industry. So many things ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú industry yẹn. Kó tó wá di pandemic. People need to speak up. For the young generation, the up and coming artists, and that's the reason why majority of us are here. Not just because of Mohbad. I am passionate about people. I am passionate about the right cause. Mohbad won't be the last. Thank you. Unicorns are real. Dagreen too died. Dagreen agreed he died on a road accident. She tabani walking system. Titi wabada. She ọmọ yẹn máa ní accident. Fatal accident. Ẹ mọye èèyàn tó ti kú. Ẹ mọye àwọn coppers tó ti kú. Wọ́n travel, wọ́n ṣe. Ẹ mọye àwọn Titi ti claim lives a whole family. Kò tí ẹ̀ ń ṣe ìyẹn ò tí ẹ̀ kí wá ń ṣe kíní. Wọ́n ti wá sọ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yìí. Wọ́n ti sọ the norm. So many cases. Nigeria say, may it not happen to us. In all spectrum, òun lóríṣiríṣi nǹkan tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn wọ́n á dúró. Ẹ wo kéèsì EndSARS. Ẹ mọyì ẹ̀mí tí EndSARS mú lọ. Till date, wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa nǹkan tá à ń rí. DJ Switch, àbí is it Switch? That lady, she had to run for her dear life because she covered everything. We saw everything that happened during EndSARS. Till date, the government told us no lives was lost. DJ Switch, thank you. I got it right. Wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ẹ̀mí kankan ò ti EndSARS bọ́. So, you see, ìgbà tí election bá máa jáde, because majority of the people attacking Iyabo was because of her involvement in the election and the way she went on about it. Or was she wrong to have taken that stand? Politics will always be politics in Nigeria. Majority of the people now voting for the ruling party are now lamenting. This is the worst government. This is this. And then years to come, they will still be the same thing. The same thing. You cannot be doing the same thing and expect different results. I don't like engaging myself in political matter because I just see it as rubbish talk. I would never engage in a political matter or get myself involved in politics as such. I can just joke about it or talk about it because man irritates me. Nigeria politics is the worst. But going back to the main topic, without me digressing, the same thing in every areas will keep repeating itself and you expect different results. How do we get different results when you are talking, when you're doing the same thing over and over and over and you never learn from your mistakes? That's not mistakes anymore. That is stupidity. So in order for us to change the course of things, we have to do something differently in order to achieve a different result. You cannot keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Kunile work there. Things are even worse now compared to last year or the year before. Things are worse. How can a bag of rice be 50,000 naira? How? Even the average family, don't be average, not rich. Even the rich are complaining. Oh no, at their disposal, they're still complaining. So you see, we need to do better. We need to do better. Anything happening in Nigeria doesn't affect me. And if I can stand that, I have people there, just like every other person. It is 62K now. There you go. So, but I don't know. People don't realize the power they have in their voices. They don't. Everything doesn't have to result in violence. But at least learn to speak up, learn to talk, and take actions. If you're in a position of power, use your power to change things for the better. Don't say because the position you're in is favorable to you now, more in Kotoma Shele si Lola. You don't know. So wherever tabani opportunity, whenever tabani opportunity, láti change nǹkan, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa try láti máa lo position wa láti fi change nǹkan yẹn. Kò bá jẹ́ díẹ̀, ó máa make little impact. A little impact here and there may become big at some point, somewhere down the line. When it ma connect. So, little effort tabale make to ba jẹ́ pé ma save life in your company out of 100. Àmọ́ pé your con was saved. So, you see, we can do better. In konda data ba den ṣe, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe, ẹ má jẹ́ ká stop, ẹ má jẹ́ kó sú wa, ẹ má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wá. Thank you very much. Over to you, Olori, celebrity marketer. President G. Mason.
Oh, àlejò wa ti lọ ni. Wow. How is everybody doing? What are we talking about? Mo bọ́ sí kitchen. So mo kàn ń gbọ́ yín lọ́ọ̀kan ni. Mo bí mo ṣe gbórúkọ mi, mo wá sí the phone. So where are we? What are we on? What are we talking about?
About every general, how the system keeps failing us.
Yes, well, that's Nigeria for you. I know people always say, there's a modern prayer. But it's something, may Nigeria never happen to us. Well, I don't believe in that. I don't know why. Anytime I hear it, I always feel like, what are people talking about? Is that even necessary?
Can I say you on that?
Sure, go ahead.
You permit me.
Okay.
That's how we have
Sorry, let me just reduce this. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so when people say, may Nigeria never happen to us, there is a lot behind that statement. And the reason that I accept that statement is very simple and straightforward. On several areas, Nigeria has failed its citizens. Be it financial, be it health, employment, and general scheme of things. And who are the people bearing the brunt? The less privileged.
True.
People without influence and affluence. People that their voices cannot be heard. Like I made an assertion earlier, Mohbad isn't the first and it will not be the last.
True.
There are cases where the justice system has failed woefully. The people that deserves to get justice, everything. In fact, in politics, in every aspect, when you look at it, people have been failed. They've been victims of bad system. And I am not going to blame it on the government only. Even the people in the country, we fail each other.
God bless you.
System.
God bless you. You are almost like a psychic. It's like you're reading my mind. I was gonna come in and say, okay, look at what we are going through right now.
Exactly.
We're talking about justice for Mohbad, and everybody started franchising and directing their perspective of justice for Mohbad into, different angles, different sides. They turn it to something that, okay, this is your opinion, that's my opinion. Whereas justice is justice. Justice is a very straightforward English meaning and everything. Why are we now misinterpreting what justice is all about? Why is it necessary to misquote one another or have different narrative? The only time you see narratives change a lot of times is when we're not being truthful and we're not being factual. Because if we're truthful and factual, there shouldn't be too many sides to a justice system or to the way we look at justice for anybody. But when people are so adamant, or all they care about is their selfish hands, is getting paid, is getting something so that they can feed, then they will start selling different things.
Stipends. Because of the stipends that we all will gain, we tend to we see the truth and we follow the wrong path.
We don't exactly. You know, if only we can come up and have that integrity. People lost their integrity. Even if the government decides right now that, okay, we're ready to fix the system, some people will still fight the government for trying to fix the system. Why are we like this? And everybody, both less privileged and privileged in the society, capitalize on everyone's gullibility. People are gullible. At least we can excuse the primitive ones. Those we can consider quite primitive. But how about the educated illiterates? Where do we categorize them? Somebody died. A young man died. The father came out, starts playing with our feelings, start throwing some sensitivity out there. And many people fell for it. And it's not just the illiterates that fell for it. It is not just illiterates. Even those we considered educated, they key into it, they buy into it, they stop questioning the truth of the matter. And we find ourselves where we are right now. What can we make of that? How were they able to get through to the minds of those that claim to have left this country that they felt is not good enough, the system is bad? They are now in a system that is very, very good. But they're still doing this. Abroad bloggers, most of the bloggers putting out wrong narratives are all in abroad. They left Nigeria. So that's why I said I don't buy into the idea, because if the gbasgbos, most of the things are coming from people in Nigeria, I will understand. But what happens to the likes of Kudi, Buki, that are in abroad? They're still being malicious. They're doing all that sort of nonsense, knowing fully well that where they live, they can't try that nonsense. They are violating people's rights, crossing boundaries, and everything negative to humanities. And they're fine with it. They can sleep at night. How do you handle that? Is it the case of you can take me out of Nigeria, but you cannot take Nigeria out of me? Or what exactly is going on? There's one particular girl that's always going around from TikTok to TikTok, but most times she spends time with Papariano. The handle says Aminat. So one day, on a very light day, she interacted with me. She said, "Oh, Lema, I'm in Canada as well." "Oh, Canada, we're in Canada," and all that. She doesn't have a profile picture, so I cannot place her face, but I think she knows who I am, because, the fact that she was greeting me, or maybe because I mentioned that I'm in Canada, I really don't know. And she was like, "Olori, but you know that if it was Canada, she would have been arrested by now." I said, "Hello, when you're a spouse," as if it hasn't happened many times. Even just August, I went to Toronto. The day I got to Toronto, a friend passed, a very good friend that we've been together in Toronto from the 90s. Very hardworking, Augusta. I couldn't believe it. She passed. That fateful night, her husband, who is a pastor, decided to leave her at home so that she can be well rested. She didn't go to church for night vigil. The husband said, no, rest, because you're working very early on Saturday morning. So that's where she stayed at home. So pastor came very early in the morning, I'm sure maybe around 3 a.m. or so, because night vigil is usually between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. or whatever, thereabouts. Some churches will last longer, Nigerian church. Anyway, on getting home, the pastor just, quietly went into the house and slept separately so that he will not disturb the wife, Augusta. In the morning, she didn't wake up at the time she was supposed to wake up. So that's when pastor went to wake his wife up. Get up. It's time. How come you're still sleeping? She didn't answer. Out of panic, he went for the children. She has older children too. So he called, please go wake your mother, because I really don't know what's going on. The children did the same thing. She was gone. So they called 911. That's the advantage of abroad. That is the advantage of a senior client. In case of an emergency, you don't even have to do anything. You just call the emergency line. That's what you do. You don't carry somebody that is dead and be carrying egbami. No, you don't have to touch. Don't touch it. So the police arrived. Right away, he was a suspect. And the police interrogated him, checked the whole house, looked at his countenance and all that, and the children. And they ruled, honestly, before they left, they ruled out the fact that he was a suspect. Because they saw him right there. They questioned him. They questioned the children. They looked through the environment, the scene, the room. So they pick up the cops. There they go. Deposit it. You know what they told the pastor? Because we had a conversation, right? We sat down. I went to see him, so with my friend, and we sat down. So he was narrating this to me, that yes, they questioned him, because at that time he was a suspect. Just that time, though, as soon as he was interrogated, foul play was ruled out. So he was off the hook. There was no more doubts. There was no more carry-over suspects. No. Now, a witness. So the police ordered by law, if you are of for certain age, a middle age they call it, the husband doesn't have to request for an autopsy. The authority will request for it by themselves. She was just in her mid 50s, maybe 55 or something. But anything after 70, they don't need to, unless the family wants to do it. In a nutshell, they ordered the autopsy by themselves. They didn't wait for the husband. No, they didn't wait for the children to request for it. So the government put it in that they want to check what happened. A couple of days later, they told us that she had a heart problem. It was from her vigorous work. She's a very hardworking woman, very hardworking lady. So it was a heart failure. So you see, so that is a working system. So anytime we see all these people, and I try to explain to them that yes, it's true, she was a suspect until the investigation and interrogation. By now, the police ruled her out. She's no more a suspect. She's now a witness. But it's very difficult for this bunch of idiots to get it into their thick skulls, into their blockheads, They kept naming her whatever they feel like naming her, as if we that said no, we want someone to get away with murder. They turn us to culprits, like, as if we conspire. Is that the government of Nigeria? These are people, like Kudi said, she spent 5 years studying law. And she was still able to sit in front of a ring light and open a filthy mouth, a cornered, one-sided, open teeth on social media and talk crap. Last week, one of our shows, she mentioned my name, she mentioned Olori Productions 4 or 5 times. At one point, she even said Olori Puff Puff. And she was telling people that, oh, why you guys don't know anything? Autopsy will only open from the jaw downward. How can Kudi say that? Autopsy, when they do autopsy on a dead body, they will only open from jaw down, because that's what they did for our child. People kept relating this case to every case. I don't know why they're so daft. So I went into go to the internet and go and search complete autopsy. How is the complete autopsy done? She said no, they won't even touch the brain. They won't touch anywhere there. It's only jaw. They'll just make an incision from the jaw downward. I'm like, really? And whereas complete autopsy includes brain, they will actually go into the brain, they will saw the bones. In America, they will show you everything on the YouTube. You want to watch how autopsy is done, just go there, Google, go on YouTube and put it there, how to do a complete autopsy. You will see, they will do it, they will show you in a video. They will, if need be, depending on the circumstances of the case. Not all autopsy needs toxicology. Sometimes they do, sometimes they just do like a general body thing. But a complete one, they will take fluid, they will take specimens, or they will cut part of the skin, part of intestines, everything, and they weigh every sample they take. They weigh it before sending it to the lab. So with this one, they will touch the brain as well. And she sat on Facebook lying to people. Are you a doctor? Are you a pathologist? Why are you telling people that? Why are you misleading? And guess what? A lot of people key into that because they love her. It's just like any of us. You get online, there's some people that if you lie, you can lie. They will take it. People are that gullible. And people are very lazy. They cannot research themselves. They cannot hear something and confirm and investigate. They will take it the way somebody they adore or they like or mentor them, right? They'll just say, oh, I'm a follower, and they will continue to be a follower for the rest of their lives. So what we do as individuals is even worse than the government. Sometimes we deserve the kind of government we have. Because if we intelligently question some of the things that the government are doing to us, there will be changes, because they know they're dealing with intelligent people. But no, they know that they have gullible followers, and they capitalize on the gullibility, and they will never give you your rights. They will never give you your entitlement. They will rather use your entitlement to better their own selves, to build wealth, generational wealth, and all that. So it's about time we sit back and question everything we see. Do not take my word for it. Anything you hear, go and research it. Same thing with Christianity, same with Muslim religion. You sit down, you're listening to a speaker, a preacher, they say any word, put it down. Any word that you've never heard before. That's why even in dictionary, you have the glossary, you have all the key points you can reference. So put it down, go and read what the pastor says. Is it right? Because once in a while, it makes things up too. They will call you Samuel chapter, and they will go and quote Psalm. It's not because they don't know what they're saying. Sometimes they get mixed up too, right? They can't have everything off head, especially if they're those who don't have notes. You need to have notes. So people need to sit down if they really love Mohbad the way they think they do, because all these stupid people, like this guy, this recent one, Ayat, that somebody was talking about, you're saying that an innocent child would die because they killed Mohbad because of that baby. Who gave this idiot, this lunatic, this moron, such theory, such story? And this person believed this story so much that he had to curse a little baby. And it's all baloney. It's not right. It's not right. It's not wrong. You know? So I don't know how to educate, what step we need to take to educate our people. I'm getting sick and tired of their gullibility. I'm very sick and tired of their wrong narratives. You know, although things are getting better, honestly, thank God for a group like this, a platform like this. It's getting better, but some are still, you know, they're still trying harder. They're still trying harder. They know their theory is exposed, is getting exposed, and they are kind of like, it's dying down gradually, but there's still people that are adamant. You know, you hardly see people like Mamaize around lately. Maybe she's now realizing that, you know, what they've been doing is wrong. So, but hopefully everybody will get the whole story straight, and the authority will come out and will progress. Let them start charging people. Once the charges start rolling in, charge Naira Marley already. At least, even if you cannot charge them with murder right now, charge them with what we have. When the case starts, they will chew on their words. They will run away. We know that.
I mean, you mean charge them for battering and assaults? Exactly.
Charge them for what is clear. Charge for also the non-payment too. It's criminal too. When somebody worked for you for almost 3 years and you refuse to pay the person. Well, in abroad, it's something, right? But Nigeria, I don't know. Start the proceedings for what is clear. What is delaying that part is getting people agitated. People are getting angry and agitated because things are not done in a timely fashion. Why the delay? Why the postponements? Why allow them? There should be restriction. When a criminal investigation is ongoing, you cannot act like a normal person who is free. Though they are on bail, but they're not allowed to be doing charity and be putting that on social media. There should be a ban. That should be part of their bail. But I know, but they're not allowed to. Part of their bail condition should be, you know how they took their passport and they cannot travel, you cannot go on social media, you cannot do this. Basically, they should be on house arrest. They shouldn't, because it will irritate people, it will agitate people, like it will annoy people. They shouldn't be. This is murder. Somebody mentioned about Batishe. What happened to the driver, to the BRT driver who killed this young girl? I know that lady, the Chukuma, what was that lady that on the news today? Nena. Yeah, Nena mentioned it. It's true. What is going on with Sylvester's case? I know as citizens, people are not doing well. I know that. Just like Mr. Aloba is not doing well, he distracted people, he's causing a lot of chaos. Yes, that's part of it, you see?
He's actually the one that is causing this injustice.
Yes. Well, delay. Don't call it injustice.
Delay.
Delay. Yeah, we don't want to call it injustice because if a system is slow, they said delay is not denial. So there's a delay because of the kind of system we have. You see, do you know that if this was abroad, they won't even wait for any father. This is murder. It will be between the states and Samilari, Naramali. Honestly, they will change it. This is nothing to do with Alaba. It's a citizen.
England, they will say it is between you and the Queen of England.
God bless you.
Even
That's what happens. I'm telling you.
Between you.
And if Baba is disturbing them, they will arrest him.
Exactly.
Honestly, they will arrest him. All these things and all the social media. Do you know that so many things will happen in abroad? The moment people start sharing it, if they know that it is something disturbing, they will ban it. There's a way they will connect with Mark or whoever owns that platform, and they will take it off air. Like, Nigeria, lucky gone. In fact, we deserve. You're gone. Ayonye, ode kama she rubbish. How you want she rubbish gone? Do you know how many Nigerians don't today London, England? Take one lot to deport on pada. You don't charge one for rape. Don't charge one for oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. Ode lo oyinbo tán, ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ wa gbé data. Ó ń padà sílé nìyẹn. Ba de lo oyinbo tán wa máa ṣe rubbish. Tó ń ṣe Nigeria torí pọ́n ti ń gbà fún ẹ nílé. Wọ́n ò ní gbà fún ẹ abroad. Why ti gbogbo wa follow rules? But torí pé stubborn goat ni wá. Stubborn goat because tí o bá ṣe stubbornness and disrespect. Yes, I'm trust ọlọ́pàá wa. Nǹkan tí Ṣeun Kuti.
Where it said it in the Nigeria Constitution because
ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ o ẹ dẹ̀kú bí ètò ọ̀hún bó ṣe lọ ó dẹ̀ dá mi lójú pé ẹ ti rí ọ̀kan àbí méjì ń tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ àbí tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ rí ẹ ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ nínú ètò tòní. tó ó kù tọjọ́ mi àmọ́ kí n tó lẹ́jẹ̀ máa rán yín létí pé ètò tẹ́ ń wò ẹ máa bá mi like ẹ máa share o kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa bá mi wá more subscription nítorí pé Wo TV ń gòkè àgbà ìrànlọ́wọ́ yín ni àti ìrànlọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Ọba títí wá dìgbà míì táwùjọ máa fojú níjú lórí ìkànnì pẹ̀lú àkọ́tún ètò míì tó tún gbọ́gbọ́ àdìgbòlódò dọ́ràwọ́ ni mò ń jẹ́ o ẹ ti mọ̀ mí lánàá kó tó dé ní ẹ má jẹun porí kíkun àmọ́ títí dìgbà míì ńkọ́ ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ìní ṣé kò rẹra jù kédùmarè ojú wa rí o.
Disclaimer: the information provided by the speaker or presenter on the World TV platform during this broadcast is for general informational purposes only. All information in this broadcast is provided in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind, expressed or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of the information. The broadcaster of the channel may not and cannot be held accountable for the views, opinions, and comments made by callers during this broadcast. World TV is a contemporary Nigerian news and entertainment TV program born from the need to fuse the popular indigenous Yoruba culture into the growing entertainment industry of Nigeria and the rest of the world.